Hello and welcome back everyone. It's Chala from Crafting Through the Chaos of Life. If you are just stumbling across this channel, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss any further videos. If you're returning, thank you so much for, again, coming back and spending your time. Today we are working on some little mini journal folios. This is inspired by Julie from Camellia Craft Designs. What I like about this project is you get to use your 6x6 single-sided paper pads as well as 12x12. You can use 8x8s as well, will also work. Yeah, so let me just kind of show you what I have going on here. So this cute little one right here, I have like a little band over it that I created. And again, this is done by done with 6x6 paper pads, single-sided. You can use double-sided for sure, but you know, this is a great way to use those single-sided papers up. All right, so just this little band holding this cute little journal closed. I have a little pocket in the front here, and inside is just a little T-card tag. You open it up, and we have a little side pocket. And pull that out. There's just a cute little journal card in there. This is also a great project to use up your scraps. So I have a little scrap piece here creating a pocket for this cute little tea card to fit in there. And then we have some journaling pages. And then this I just sewed in with my sewing machine. I just ran a straight stitch with the stitches lengthened so it didn't perforate the pages. I just ran that down. You could also do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch as well. In the back here, I have another little pocket that I used, with some scrap paper, a little ticket. I did glue down a button, and I ended up using, finally, my Bleds wireless, cordless glue gun. Love this, you guys. It heated up really quickly, super easy to work. I love that it has this little removable stand so you can take it off, but it worked really well so that you could actually like glue and then just set it down and not worry about it tipping over. It does drip a little bit, it does leak a little bit, but I think all glue guns do that. To avoid it dripping glue, I just pull the glue stick back out a little bit, and that seems to help. Otherwise, you could just put a silicone mat underneath in case it does drip down, or some scrap paper. So yes, I really enjoyed working with this. Okay, so moving back to this, so we have the little pocket, little ticket back here, and then we have another little pocket up top here with this cute little journaling tag with some bling on it. So that is the first one I made. So that is one way you can close it. Let's take a look at some other ones. Let's take a look at this one. So this one, again, it has like a little belly band enclosure, but I did fold it a little bit differently. And that's the great part about this particular project, you guys, is you can fold the pages not any which way, but in different combinations to create different tucks and pocket spaces. Now I'll probably want something here, a little focal image. I just haven't found anything quite yet, although I do see something sitting on my desk. Yes, I'm just going to probably put that on there. Let's do that now so I don't forget. Look at this. This is great. So you can just do a simple little sticker embellishment on the front of that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so when you open this one up, it has the little side tuck here again, so we could put a little journaling card or a tag. I didn't sew any pages in this one yet. We have a little tuck back here. We have a pocket space up here. Now I didn't do a thumb notch. I could on the back if I wanted to, but we also have a little pocket on the back. So yeah, we've got one here, one up here, and one in the back. And then again, just this cute little, this is with scrap papers, just to create that little belly band, and then just a cute little flower embellishment on there. So there's the second one. This one is super cute as well. Again, I have some little beads on a tag that I'll show you. This one is just tied with sari silk. And then this one, again, is I think a little bit differently as well. So in here we have a little side tuck. Do I have something in there? I believe I do. What do I have in there? Oh, just a little card that's got a little butterfly stamped on it and then some writing space in the back. Put that back in there. Then we have some writing pages. A little tag tucked in the back here with a vintage photo that you can still write on the back. Tuck you in there. And then up top we have, I've got a little thumb notch in the back, but we also have a little tag as well with some more dangles with some beads. I just think these are so much fun. They're great little gifts. You can tuck them in journals. Just have them on hand, tuck them in your purse so that you have, like, you know, gifts on hand. Right? Because I don't know about you guys, but I often find myself, I'm like, oh, I wish I had a little something to give this person, right? So this, I just kind of tuck one up, the other one down. You can totally tie this any way you want. This is just kind of the way that I found that worked, except I don't want that bead in there. There we go. And then just a little bow. And of course you can fuss with it as much as you want to get it looking the way you want. So there's the third one. I'm going to save these two for a little later. Oops, don't knock over. This one is made out of a 12 by 12 paper pad. Again, just a simple ribbon tie enclosure. And I cut the paper, so this would be like the length of the paper. I cut it in half to create this one. This one I did a little different as well. So I have, I'll show you guys in a, can I show you? Can I show you? Let's try it just with some paper here. So say this would be our paper, it would be folded. I tucked this piece up to the fold so that this part was blank and it folded over. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I added a pocket. I also did some stenciling, added a scrap pocket there. So then the next 12 by 12 went a little bit longer, right? So then we created a top pocket here. We have our little writing pages. Then we have a pocket back here. You fold this over and then there's a side tuck here. And then of course this I left blank. You could definitely collage or do something on there, but I thought it could be a writing space as well. And then then we've got the back here. Is that all the pockets we have? How many do we have? 1, 2, writing 3, and 4. Yeah, so again, you can definitely do this with a 12 by 12 as well. This folding was a lot different than this one because this is folded basically in thirds, where this is folded, sorry, let me try that again. This is folded in thirds equally, and this is folded in thirds, but the folds aren't equal. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways that you can fold these, and I'll show you some more here in a minute. Let's try and get that back. Is it going to work? No. Okay, we'll just put these to the side. I'll fold it up later or tie it up later. Okay, so these ones I used 2 6x6s and then I swapped the insides, right? So this was a 6x6. I cut it in half, and then this pattern was a 6x6. I cut it in half and then I swapped so that they would have a different inside. Okay, this one I sewed, but I also put a little bit of lace on. I haven't got a closure for these ones yet. This one you have a little pocket on the inside, but then you also have a little tuck up top as well. Got some fun little pink and green pages. I thought that was kind of cute for this one in particular. And then you've got another little pocket up here or tuck. And then in the back you have a little side tuck. Okay. Again, you can put whatever you want inside, little cards, tickets, tags, what have you. And then you can close this however you see fit. You can wrap a ribbon around it. I might even do one with like a little magnet closure. We'll see how that goes. This one again, I did a little different. I did the folding of the 3, but then I cut one of the flaps off and moved it to make a pocket, or an extra pocket anyways. So we've got a pocket there, a pocket up here. We've got our pages. We've got a little tuck here, and then a little pocket in the back. Okay, again, you can embellish this more if you want, and then your little closure. You could also just use a little hair tie with a charm on it. That would work as well for closure. So yeah, a lot of fun. Let's get making. 10 minutes in, let's get making. This one, I think, this paper, let's just go ahead and cut it in half. Now, if you're using directional paper, you're going to want to keep that in mind. So directional paper, we want to cut it horizontally this way, which means we'll have to turn our paper. Okay, so if it's a 6 by 6, you're going to cut it in half, which is about 3 inches. And I'm going to make sure, because sometimes it says it's a 6 by 6, but they're actually a wee bit different size, but this is perfect. Okay, so then we're going to hit this to the 3. Ah, perfect. We get the whole car in there. Okay, and then those hopefully match up. Okay, I'm going to just put this away. Now I'm going to get my scoreboard. Okay, for the 6 by 6s, if you want, you can definitely fold them equally in equal thirds, but that's not going to give you these little side tuck pockets. So to get those little side tuck pockets, you're going to look at your images, and now I need to think of what's going to be my front. And for this one, I think I'll have this as my front, which means I'm going to turn this, because I want that whole piece as the front. I'm going to turn this upside down. Is that what I want for my front? Yeah. I'm going to turn it upside down, and I'm going to score at 1.5 inches from the right. So it's at 6, we're going to go 5.5 an inch. So you're going to be scoring at 4.5. Just like that. Did I do that right? Yes, okay. And then for this one, so this is going to be a little different. That's going to fold over like this. And then this one, I'm going to fold it. So fold that little 1.5 inch flap. I'm going to use my scoreboard just to help me line things up. Tuck that in the corner. And I'm going to bring this over to meet the edges. Just like that. Okay. So we have the beginning of our little folio. Now we could have this as a flip out as well. There's nothing says that we can't have that, but we'll probably make that a little side tuck pocket. So I'm going to end up cutting some of this, because if I used this in here like this would fold over and it would cover what I want for my image. Or I could. This one's a little tricky just because of the car. So maybe what I'll do is, let's flip this upside down as, well, it doesn't matter. We're going to score 1.5 from the left here. So it's basically, it'll be basically the same thing. I don't know why I turned this. I could have just done it at 1.5. Doesn't matter. I'm going to do this one at the same, and I'll show you how we'll work this one. It depends on what your image is, really, on how you want the folds to go. Okay, so in this instance, I'm going to have that folded like this. Okay, so I've got it folded like that in there. So I could do this, and then we'll just fold it over. But I'm going to have to take a little sliver off the edge there just so it folds nicely. So let's take maybe 1/4 of an inch just to be safe. 1/4 of an inch off, and then I know it's not going to impede. Okay, so that's going to go there. So yeah, I could cut this whole thing off and then take it and turn it and make it a pocket, but because it is the tire, I'm not really sure I find that very interesting. Although, like, there's so many different ways you could go about this, you guys. So really, we could have it like this. And so you'd have like a flap in the front, but I don't really like that. This one's such an awkward one. Maybe what I'll do, I like that butterfly on the back. I'm just thinking whether or not I want this as a pocket. No, I think I'll leave it like this, and I'll just glue it down, and then it could be a tuck and a pocket. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Okay, I think I've got it. So, sorry, I've got this motion activated light that is really quite annoying. I don't know why it keeps turning off. Okay, so let's go ahead and start gluing this down. Before I glue, let's fold. Just bring this back a bit. Line these up. And fold this whole thing over. And score. So there's a little booklet. It'll open up. We'll have a little pocket here, have a pocket up here, and a side tuck here. And then I might even do a little thumb notch there. Okay. Get our art glitter glue out. I hope you're all doing well today. Now this, I want a little thumb notch. Like maybe about there. I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see. Okay. So we've got that. That'll glue there. And then this, we need a little thumb notch here. Oop, maybe a little bit bigger than that. Okay. And then let's do a little thumb notch here on the back, so we can have something in the back as well. You don't have to have this many pockets. You don't really have to have any pockets if you don't want, but there we go. Okay, I am going to ink. So if you like to ink, let's do that now. And in particular, because these are single-sided, we will want to ink. So I get my bearings here, get this folded back right. We will want to ink wherever there's going to be white showing. So I'm going to have some white showing under that thumb notch. So I'm just going to give it a little bit of distress. Just like that. You see that, how that's a little bit better now? It's not so stark white. And then we'll do that again on this side because you'll see it there. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, get myself straight again here. This is going to go here. This will go here. Okay, but we also want, that's going to go in there. So I want a thumb notch up right here. Like that. Then that's going to show, so I'm going to have to ink this. Okay. So just, you're going to play around a little bit with however you've decided to fold it. Okay. So for this guy, I need to, this is the flap that's going to be on the inside here. I don't want anything to fall through the bottom, right? Because we've got this as a pocket up here. So I need to glue the bottom. I need to glue this right here, like that. Okay, so just the bottom, because this is going, we want that to separate the two pockets, because this is going to go all the way through this way, and this is going to go all the way down this way. So then now what we do is I'm going to glue just here so that it sticks at the top, but we can still slide in here. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I'm going to glue at the bottom. Okay, so I'll glue just this part here, but this I can glue all the way across. Okay, and then now we line this up. I really hope this is making sense. Just going to hold that just for a little minute here. Okay. Now, this part here, we want to keep this open, but we're going to have to glue it down here. We don't necessarily have to glue here because this is going to fold over and get glued there and there, so nothing's going to fall out the side. Okay, so on this one, we are going to glue the bottom like that. Yeah, it's wiggling around on me here. I want it glued straight. Let's try this again. There we go. Okay, and then on this one, we ink that. Let's give that a little bit of ink before we glue it down. Suppose I should have done that with this as well. That's okay. Okay, this one we'll glue here and here. And then fold it over. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to grab some little page papers for that. I think I have some that are kind of like a bluey tint. Let's see, in my stash here. It's kind of got like a little egg speckle look to it. That looks awfully white. That's not what I want. I think it's this stuff. Nope, it's all white paper. Well, I kind of want the blue. Sorry, guys. I want the bluey stuff. Do I have the bluey stuff? Oh, there we go. Okay. This isn't the speckle stuff I was thinking about, but it will work. It's kind of got like a little marbly to it. I think that will look okay. Yeah. So let's just take one of these. Now this should be our papers. Is that glued funny? Sticking up at the top, and I don't really like that. So we're just going to perform a little bit of surgery and even this out a bit. You probably wouldn't have even noticed if I didn't point it out, to tell you the truth. It's that minuscule, but enough for me to notice, so we'll fix it and then my heart will be happy. Yep, that's good. Okay, cute. So now for our pages. So this is going to measure, I think, 4 1/4 by 3. Now, yes. So 3 high by, sorry, 4 1/2. 3 high, 4 1/2 wide, which means I want my pages to be 4 1/4 by 2 3/4. Okay. So let me just grab a piece of paper and write down those important score lines for you. Okay. So your first score is going to be at, is it 1 1/2? I had a brain fart there for a second. Yes. So score at 1 1/2 inches from either side of your 6 by 6. Okay. And then your papers are going to be 2 3/4 inches high. So that's this here. And 4 1/4 inches wide. Okay? That's what you're going to do. So we're going to take this. Now this is 8 1/2. So I know that I can cut this in half. And that'll give me my 4 1/4 wide. And then I just have to cut down the height. So 4 1/4 is right there. And then we will cut at 2 3/4 for the height. Right there. So that's 2 because we folded that over, right? 2, let's do 6 pages. 2, that's 4, that's 6. Is that going to be the same height? It is. Let's just do all those pages. Nice. That worked out perfectly. Okay. So that was just from one single piece of paper. And I'm going to, just because one side's a bit darker, I'm just going to alternate these. There we go. Are they the same? Yes, I think they are. Or close enough. I'm going to bring back my scoreboard. Just use the edge of it just so it can fold all these over nicely. Like this. So if that's 4 1/4, I could do 2 1/8, right? 4 1/4, 2 1/8. Where is my... So you could fold it directly in half, but I think I'll do this 2 1/8. No, that's not going to work. Just fold it. I'd have to do every piece just one at a time to score it like that, and that's going to take too long. Ooh, this is going to be a thick one. There we go. Okay. And then we have our little papers, which we can put in there. So then we open it up. We got a little tuck spot here for like a journal card or something. I'm just going to use my bone folder just to help loosen that up a bit. And then we have one here at the top. Okay. We've got our little notepad. And then we've got another little tuck here. Fold it over. And on our back, we've got a place right here as well. Okay, I'm going to quickly pull my sewing machine over, and I'm just going to show you how I run a real quick stitch through that. And I just have some little clips here that will help hold my papers in place for me. All right. Let's put our pin back in our glue though. Just like this. And lengthen my stitch. I know you're not going to really be able to see me sew, but let's give it a whirl here. Just doing a back stitch. Just trying to follow that crease. There's, there were quite a few pages in there, so my sewing machine was a little clunky going through them, but it did it. Trim that off. Okay. There we go. We have that. We have our little booklet. Okay, so now we could totally decorate more. We could put some lace on, and then we're ready to fill. Now I should have probably put some glue. No, I couldn't. I couldn't glue that flap down because we needed to do that. So yeah, it's fine. Okay. So now we need to have a little something to go in here. Tag or something in here. And then the back in here. I did get from the dollar store some tiny tags. They came in white and craft. So this is what they looked like, or what the packaging looked like. And then here's the craft ones. So yeah, this was $1.75. They're parcel tags, so you get 24 of these small ones and 12 of the large ones. And these small ones are absolutely perfect size for this cute little journal. Just like that. Okay, now I'll let you guys decide how to decorate your little journal cards and tags or ephemera bits, whatever you want to put in there. I do want to show you how to do the belly band closure. And this is quite really the simplest thing ever. I have my little strips. So sometimes these are branding strips that come off of something, or it's just little leftover strips from whatever project I'm working on. And this is what I use. I just go through here and I find, that's not going to work. use that. Let's use that one. So for this one, it's just a strip of brown, I don't know, it looks like script that was on there, but I think that'll go well with this. And I'm going to use this fold that I already have here. Am I? Actually, that's where we're going to cut it. So that's probably about 6 inches. 5.5 actually, where that fold is. But depending on the size of your book, right? And then I want it so that the seam is going to be in front, because I'll put a little bit of an embellishment on here to hide that. So just loosely folding it over. I'm not making it too snug because we want it to be able to move off and on nicely. Okay, so really just lightly folding it over, not making it too snug. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue here. And fold it over like that. And then all I need to do is find something to put over top, a little flower, a butterfly, just whatever I have in my stash. And then this just simply slides off and on quite nicely, right? So that's how you do that little closure. Let's make another one since we've got some time. This one is going to be the similar thing because we have a bicycle. Let's try something that's not so... Let's do this. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to cut this in half, and then we can make 2 little folios out of this, much like we did with these ones, right? Okay. Stack them together, and I feel like, I mean, there really isn't a direction on this, but I kind of feel like this would be the right way if I was looking at it. So we'll turn it this way. This is just polka dot, so matters not on that one. Go ahead and cut it at 3. Okay. And actually, for this one, I want to do a little bit different of a closure on it. I have, that would go, right? Yes, I think that would go. We'll use that as our closure. Okay, I haven't done this before, so bear with me because it will take a little bit of brain power. Okay, now for this one, I want this to be my cover. And I want this to be my cover. This is going to be my inside. Okay. And I want actually, we could do this one. Let's do this one like I did sort of the 12 by 12. Instead of scoring it at the 1.5, because I want this, so basically what I'm thinking is I want this sandwiched inside like this, so that when I fold it, that will be our closure. And because this is a great pattern, actually the middle is going to be our front. Okay? Might not make sense right now, but bear with me. Okay, so yes, this should be 6. 6 divided by 3 is 2, right? Which means I'm going to have equal distance folds, and I'm just, what am I looking for? Yes. Okay, so for this one, let's score at 2 inches. I've got both pieces together here, and 4 inches, right? Okay, So this one is definitely going to be different than all the other ones we've done. Okay, so we've got that. This is going to fold in like this. And then this is going to fold over like this. Now, it's going to have some buckling, just because that's what paper does when it's exactly the same size. I am going to trim just a skosh off of here, just so when I fold it in, it's not going to impede on that other fold there. Okay. Now, I'm also thinking I have to think of where I want my pockets. I will have, this is going to be in here, like this. So I'm not going to have this as a pocket. I might put a little pocket in here, but I'm not going to have that as a top pocket because it'll get caught on this piece of paper. Okay. This one, I want a thumb notch here. This one, I'm going to have a thumb notch on the side. Okay, so you kind of got to do a little bit of pre-planning and thinking here. And then I need, sorry, do I want, I got to think about this because I want the magnet on there. No, I'm not going to do a magnet. I am not going to do a magnet. I'm going to do a Velcro strip instead, because then I don't have to worry about hiding the magnets. And then I got to figure out where my Velcro strips are. Okay, we'll worry about that in a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and put a thumb notch here, like this. Thumb notch here, like this. Yeah, okay, which means, and then I'm going to have, I'll sew in our papers right here, our little journal papers. I mean, we don't have to put papers in them, but I think it's cool with papers in it. Okay, let's go ahead and ink. Okay, so I need some ink here. Could have done it with pink ink too. It doesn't have to be brown vintage photo. It's just, that's what I have out. But yeah, like crushed velvet, is that what it's called? That would look nice as well. Okay, so that will cover that. And this we need up here, like that. Okay. Put that back together. Yes. Okay, now we also need to ink up the edges. We don't need to, but I like to. So just go along. Ooh, got a little heavy-handed there. That's okay. This one will be a little extra grungy. And then this, however they printed the paper, there's just that white line. That's what ink's for. See? Look at that. Right? That is what ink is for, to hide all those little imperfections. On this side. That. Okay, I think we've got everything inked that we need to. That's going to go that way. That goes like that. Now, okay, we're going to have, this is going to buckle just a little bit. So I want to make sure, so when I fold that over, see how that's going to come out like that. So we got to just nip off the edge. I didn't do that yet, did I? I was talking about it, but I don't think I did it. So just like 1/16 really is what we need, just a skosh. Okay. that'll just let us have a better fold. Right, we're going to ink that too. Just in case that shows. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. Let's go ahead and glue this first pocket. That'll help keep things just a little stable, I think. So we're going to go up this side and this side, like that. Oops. There we go. Okay, so that will hold that nice and steady. And we could actually even glue the bottom of here, right? We don't need to glue here because that crease is going to hold it for us. And then that's where our paper is going to be sewn as well. So that part I don't have to worry about, but I need to glue the bottom here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Like this. What we got? Oh, we've got some motivation. We haven't had motivation in a while, you guys. What is our motivation for today? It is... Ooh, okay. Haters are like crickets. Crickets make a lot of noise, you hear it, but you can't see them. Then, right when you walk by them, they're quiet. That's kind of funny. That is kind of funny. Okay, so we haven't glued this down yet because we want to put this in there for our closure. No, that is not going to work. Is it? Yes, it is. Yes, because this will fold over, and this folds over, and this folds over. Okay, I had a moment there. It's like, what did I do wrong? Okay. Let's go ahead and glue this down. Actually, I want to ink it just a bit first. Not sure how much I'm going to need. I don't know why I inked that part. I don't need to ink that part. It's getting glued down, but just some of this over here. Okay. And somewhat in the middle, right about like that. Let's try that again. Line that up. That's our middle, so we'll kind of line that up about there. Like that. Hopefully that's somewhat straight. This whole thing is going to get glued down. Just like this. Again, this could have been a pocket, but I was worried about paper getting caught on that. Okay. Just like that. Now, do I really like that white? Not overly. Not overly. Let's just tone it down a bit with our ink. Okay. I need to let that dry just a second. And there's my Velcro dots. Those will work. Thought I had the Velcro brand dots. I think these ones are just from the dollar store, but they will work. We don't need anything fancy and they're nice and small. Okay. All right, so here we go. We need this to fold in, then this will fold in. Right, okay. That will fold in. That's going to fold over. That's going to cover that rose completely. Does that bother me? No, it'll be fine. I want to cut it about here, but I want like a decorative, something decorative. What do I have that might cut that decorative like? I have a few things. Would this work? I don't know. Okay. But we're also going to have papers in there, which is going to give it a little bit of bulk. Should I do my papers first? Let's do our papers first, just in case. And for papers, let's use I have this kind of pinky purpley stuff that is like the blue stuff we used. I think it'll be fine. A little purpley. Is that okay? I'm not really liking it. Sorry. It's too purple. It's just too purple. Do I have pinker stuff? I think I have. Yeah, this is pink. Right? This is pink. Same stuff, pink. See? Yeah. Is that better? Yeah, it'll do. Okay. Because we're not going to spend a whole poop ton of time worrying about color of our pages. Okay, so this one we cut in half. I don't think I'm going to add as many papers as I did on the last one. It's just going to bulk it up too much. So that's 4 1/4. And then 2 3/4. It's right there. 2 3/4. 2 3/4. Right, that should give us 4. Yes, perfect. We want some papers, but just not a lot of papers, right? Don't want it to be too bulky. So you can see that you could go many different ways with this, right? I want to have these alternating as well, just because one side's a little bit darker than the other. Push you in like that. Hold you down. Once you get on a roll, like if you cut all the pieces out and have them ready to go, then you're really going to be smooth sailing and you could mass make this, no problem. Okay, I am going to go ahead and sew this. I mean, those papers hang, oh, that hangs over. Do I need to do it this way then? Do I? Hi, I have a small child here. Right, I can't do it the same because these parts were different. I folded it differently. So I'll have to cut them off about 1/4 inch. What can I do for you, darling? Is there something you need?
You know how you said about my birthday?
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it on the 6th because the boys are there.
No, you can do it on the 6th even if the boys are there. The boys will be inside, you'll be outside.
Then I would have to tell it. Okay, I would have to tell all my friends.
To come on the 6th instead of the 7th?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about that in a bit, okay? Let me just finish this video and then we'll come up and talk about it, okay? Sound good? Okay, I'll meet you in your room. That's better. Yeah, we folded this different. We folded this in equal thirds, so my papers obviously are going to be smaller, but the height is still remains the same. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Even if that shows a little bit on the back, that doesn't bother me. Okay, I will get this sewn in and then we will be right back. Right, I have gone ahead and sewn this in, and really what we could have done as well, instead of had like a little booklet like this, we could have had just sewn it up here and had like a little paper pad flip there, but you know, this works as well. I sewed it just a wee bit crooked, I think, but you could also have a small little pocket here for something. You could just use a scrap piece of paper. Is it crooked? I don't think so. Do I have a piece of paper that would work? Polka dots on polka dots, not really liking that. I don't really see anything. Ooh, that might be cute in there. Don't really see any paper offhand here that would work as a pocket, but definitely you could add pockets in here as well, not a problem. Let's work on this closure because we are quickly running out of time. So this is going to fold in like this, and then this is going to go over like this. Oh, see there, now we're not going to see the papers, even better. This is going to fold over. I found this, which I thought would look really cute on top of there. And then that gives us the focal image and kind of hides our little closure, what's the word? Velcro. I'm just going to ink this up. It did have some foam adhesive on it, but I just took that off because I don't want it popped up. There we go. Just ink the edges a little bit. And now we need to figure out where to cut it. And I think we'll cut it, ooh, pencil, maybe about there. And I'm going to use my little trimmer just to make sure I get a straight cut. Like, it's not going to be the end of the world if I don't cut it straight, but my heart tells me it wants to be straight, so I'm going to oblige what my heart wants. Right there. Okay. Not that we're going to see it, but just in case. Just like that. All right. This folds over. This folds over. This is going to get glued on here, and then my Velcro dot's going to be there. Right? Okay, let's put the Velcro dot on first. Ooh, so sticky, but not sticky enough for my liking. I do want a little bit of art glitter glue, just in case. So we'll glue that right about there. Yeah, especially no foam dots with this stuff, because these little Velcro dots are not as low profile as I ideally would like. I'd like them a little bit thinner, but it will still work. Okay, that folds over, that folds in, this folds over, this wraps around to there. Now, to give that time to glue, I am going to clamp this closed so there's no extra pressure popping that up. Okay, like that. And then this guy is going to get glued on like that. Let's put the glue on here though. Just like that. And then that goes on top of there. Oh, that's going to be cute. I am going to like that. So yeah, as you can see, there are different ways that we can make these work. I'm just going to cut one of these out. I think this was from the All Things Roses from Junk Journal Studios. But I just kind of want to put a little ticket in there because it's a rose ticket. And this is kind of like, well, that's not a rose, but just punch these out like that. Give it a little ink. So yeah, I mean, not hard, you guys, right? Like, so this style that we did here with the equal distance of folding, that would work. That's what I did for the 12 by 12 pieces. So yeah, you can use 12 by 12, 6 by 6, 8 by 8. Again, a great way to use up your single-sided, right? Because you're not going to see that. Can I pull this off now? Do I dare? I don't dare. Don't do it. Make sure that gets glued down nicely. And that'll open, that'll open. I have this. I probably will put some pockets in here, but then we can put this little, like, yeah, I think, I mean, I could even have that as a little pocket. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Because we can. A little ticket pocket. Why not? And it fits just perfectly. It's like it was meant to be. So then I can actually put another little ticket there. Cool, I like that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Another way to use up your single-sided papers. That goes on there like that. Cool, I love it. Okay, so do we have time? Oh, we're over. Okay, so guys, that is today's video. Let me just bring back all the goodies. All the goodies that we have. So there's our 12 by 12. And our little, little guys here. There's the rest. I'm missing one. I'm missing my first, oh, missing two. So there we go. Super quick to make. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I appreciate you coming out to hang with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one. And P.S. I love you.